Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Losing the perspicacity.
Yeah, we're not losing anything. We're here. We're back. We are back.
Us.
We both got the
The
memo.
Diesel Boys are back.
We both got the memo to wear something black against a white background. That's good. It's as close as to a pre-production meeting we've ever had.
It's the closest it's going to get. As usual, some microphone check, microphone checker.
Yeah, yes.
Make sure it sounds right, boys.
Well,
That's
we've got to make
the
sure
way it goes.
We've got to make sure the unofficial headset of the Two Dads podcast is on point, and it's certainly on point. Look at that. Very
And
nice.
for those faux Patreon people that
Yes.
have realised that we released a midweek rant,
Oh,
the Two Dads After Dark.
did it get attention?
Well, it got attention from me. I found it funny.
Welcome,
And-
everybody. Welcome.
Welcome to the Two Dads podcast.
Welcome to the episode 40. The 40th episode of the Two Dads podcast, might I add.
40, the midlife crisis episode.
Wow. You can just imagine what the
40.
topic's going to be. Pardon me. But welcome. Thank you for joining us if you're new to the channel. Thank you for coming along and finding us if you were, I don't know, suggested by somebody or just in your general perusement of browsing in YouTube. And
YouTube.
yeah,
And
thanks a
no,
bit.
please don't adjust your screens.
No,
You haven't, it's not just because there's one and
two.
two of us non-Indigenous Australians.
It's because we are too much like dads. That's the reason why we call this the Two Dads podcast.
That's right.
Where the
Too much like
pillars,
dads.
the pillars have been too much like a dad. Are obviously, the puns and the dad jokes.
The dad
And
jokes.
in this podcast, we're all about setting a nice little love letter of common sense from an
Yeah.
ethical point of view. And I'll find out, and we'll all find out soon what the episode topic is going to be. But in the meantime, Sadiq, how are you? Usual Friday night spot?
I am well, my friend, and I would like to make an announcement in full disclosure.
Oh,
50% of the Two Dads podcast is now fourth dose.
oh, you got your fourth dose.
Yes.
You went and saw Jabba the Bus and jumped on and
Jabba the Hutt, Jabba the Hutt, Jabba the Bus.
Jabba the Bus.
Yep.
Yes,
To
speaking
my
of
friendly
which,
neighbourhood pharmacist.
I'm on the waiting list because the Coco found me. I have to wait 3 months
Yes.
before
you
I
have
can
to wait.
I have to wait for eligibility. So well done.
They've
for you, man.
readjusted the reinfection of a period. Now it's 4 weeks.
Wow.
Very opportune time, actually. I know prior to going into the puns and the jokes, the Two Dads podcast were the first to avail everyone
Mhm.
of the third wave. We were first.
We were first.
We were first to tell everyone
Yes,
that the third wave is coming. The third wave
we did.
is coming.
What better place to celebrate the third wave other
Indication, my
than
friend.
the Third Wave Cafe out at Albert Park? I am absolutely.
Hurry up
fainting
and
to
get your
this
meat.
place. Oh man! Every time we start talking about that place, I think it was special hamburger sauce and putting it on some.
Okay,
meat.
I've got something to add to that. This, people, is a vegan lasagna, formerly known as a vegetarian lasagna.
Now, the question remains, and let's not waste too much time on this because time is precious on this podcast.
Just
Previous-
reiterate at that point.
previous-
Don't have a problem with
No,
vegans.
but it may have contained egg, which is technically not
Not
vegan.
considered vegan.
No, technically not vegan. So that there is a distinction. As much as it riles you, and I can see the hairs in the back of your neck just standing up.
For me, there wasn't in what was wrong with the vegetarian.
Welcome to episode 40
yes,
of
welcome,
the Two Dads
welcome.
podcast.
Yes. where we are completely non-judgmental.
No. We're not. Let's just move it
We're
along because
completely
the
non-judgmental.
rant The rant is what we do after we finish the podcast. But welcome back to all of our subscribers and listeners and viewers. If you've come back again for episode 40, thank you for joining us again. If you're new, hit like, subscribe.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, you know.
Switch on your seat warmers.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Switch on your heated steering wheel. There's a snowflake on the dash. Your favorite music is playing.
Crack a can of the booch and get
booch.
jiggy with it. Oh, you got the booch as well. Passion fruit. Nice. I've seen that one. I'm going to try that one next. I like the booch. All right.
So the puns. Cracking. I'm going to hit you with my first pun.
Hit me. Perky.
It's perky.
It's perky.
It's billions of probiotics.
That'll perk you up. Perky. Bang. How much taurine does it have?
It's even got...
Oh, it shows you what happens.
Targeted release. It's the targeted release, Phil. Targeted release.
So just, you got to time
probiotics.
You don't want to be caught. You do not want to be in the queue in the bank when this targeted release hits, because there's a lot of trouble coming.
Look out.
There's a lot of trouble.
Settling milk.
Wow.
So
many instructions now.
They put so much effort into something that's completely innocuous.
It just, I don't understand. It's juice, right? It's a juice of some sort. Is it just natural to shake it?
It's a probiotic drink.
Yeah. Where do you find this stuff?
Mate.
Is this the Shakira?
You got to look. You got to be open. No, this is myself.
This is you. Right.
That is Shakira.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. So
Herky.
First pun.
It's kind of like
that was the bonus pun.
I like it. What do we got?
You enjoy a good service for hiring IT equipment for your functions at work?
Absolutely. It's what makes or breaks a good
the longbow
IT function.
While I hoe into my perky probiotics.
Perk it up. Hopefully it doesn't release in the next 40 minutes. So we're going to be in trouble.
Controlled release probiotic. Come on, what science are they practicing? Controlled release
What
probiotic.
What nanotechnology is in that drink?
Nanotechnology. It was used to launch the space shuttle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me.
So you enjoy a above average supplier of IT equipment for your work functions. God, that is a longbow.
It is a longbow. Yes. What have you got?
So where else would you go? But hire intelligence.
Mate, if we could only hire some intelligence. If we only could.
As you can see, the ape and the man.
Yes. Hey,
at the desk.
We used to, back in my previous place of employment, there were a partner of ours that probably still is, but I've heard of them before. But hiring intelligence,
even better.
If you could hire intelligence, imagine what could be accomplished in this world.
And especially hire, HIRE.
Yeah, hire it. As in, you don't get to keep it. You just get to use it temporarily, then you got to give it back.
Therein lies the pun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes. What's next? What else you got for me?
Enjoy some donuts?
Do.
Obviously not, because you're a...
Well, I do enjoy them occasionally. Occasionally. It's not something
sure
I
you
do
would
often.
Partake in a paleo donut, no?
Well, mate. If I'm going to go donut, and
you're going to have the real thing.
This is going to be the rant tonight, right? I'm just saying, if you're going to have a donut, just have a donut, all right? Don't have the calories, just enjoy it. If you do it, you don't have to do it all the time. If you do it once in a while.
Yeah. So you enjoy the donut.
Yes.
You do not mind if I do. That is...
Oh, man. Go on your coals.
Top shelf punning. Top shelf.
Don't mind if I do.
My friend.
That's
don't
good.
mind if I do.
That's the
After
marketing.
the turd burglar. It's pretty...
It's up there.
It's pretty high up there on the punnage.
The marketing crew at Coles headquarters. this drink is for you. Thank you very much for some
Cheers.
fantastic.
Cheers. That's champagne
Oh,
punnage.
top shelf punnage. Do not mind if I do.
So a la the Late Show, champagne punnage.
Yes.
So
What else you got? What
there's
else have you
nothing.
found? Just goes to prove it's everywhere, mate.
There's always an occasion for the kebab, right? This is universal.
Absolutely.
Always occasion for
See?
the kebab.
Good go, kebab.
So there's always I'm trying to think of the hook for this. There's always the laughing at it. So
Just how prepared we are.
It's time for a kebab.
It's kebab time. Oh my gosh. Oh, the play on words.
The play on words.
The play on words.
It's
kebab
excellent.
Time. Look at that.
Kebab time.
You just call one.
And I've got a bonus one. I was on the
Kebabs.
freeway out and about as always.
As always, 1300 kebabs. Glen Waverley Pizza. Where is this?
Very
is this Sindel?
imaginative.
This is not Sindel, is it?
Yeah, on Waverley Road.
Yeah.
No, not Waverley Road. Springvale Road.
Oh,
Near the corner of Springvale and Waverley Road. For those who are playing along at home,
okay.
you can.
Oh yeah,
have
Amazon Jungle.
Kebab time.
Yeah, near Amazon Jungle. I know what you're talking about now. That must be new. I haven't seen. Well, I suppose I don't drive around much, so I don't see much.
Only except when you go to Mildura.
That's right. Just the real drives.
So I was driving behind this ute for quite some time before I actually read what was going on.
Oh,
I'll let Uncle Phil. He's a plumber.
Your shit is our bread and butter. Oh, that is fantastic.
We have to give him the salute as well. I think.
Oh my god, that your shit is our bread and butter. That is great.
For those who are on the line from overseas is atypical Australian.
Oh mate,
that
and
kind of humor.
And on the back of a ute, you can't get more Australian than that. You must be mentioning
so
it too.
AHV 580, you champion.
Yeah, probably should have put that out. We should probably blur this stuff. So apologies. But
well, no, we're
not having a go at him.
We're not.
It's funny. It's great.
We're hailing the guy, not you know.
I wonder if he's good mates with a turd burglar. They might work hand in hand.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if they're right behind each other?
Oh man, that would be fantastic. That's great. That is great. So
when you have a bladder infection,
yes,
you're in trouble.
Pardon me, where's the mute button? I'm going to need it.
That's broken the football valve.
Oh, man.
That was a quick one.
Wow. You're in trouble.
We'll slow that down.
Yeah.
When you have a bladder infection, you're in trouble.
Trouble. Yeah, but see how I got it straight away?
In trouble.
Surely others would have got it straight away.
It's pretty good.
It is very good. I like it.
So a lot happening in the world at the moment. The former Sri Lankan president is in Singapore.
Jeez, man.
Where he emailed his resignation, which they had to verify.
Yeah.
After escaping to the Maldives.
He hightailed it quick.
Well, he's got to have somewhere to spend the billions that he's stolen from all the native people from Sri Lanka.
Well, while I say it escalated quickly, it's been bubbling along for decades now. I mean, long time. So,
that's not the topic of the show, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, just putting it out
as
there.
well as the third wave is coming.
Yes.
Mask mandates may return as Phil starts getting nervous because we're going to say something about the cocoa, but I think that's way gone.
No, I think so. Well, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube feel about that. Our warning is still active on the YouTube studio.
Well, the third wave is coming apparently, and
it is.
I don't
think they may
agree
have-
with the income supplements. I think they need to actually stop. I don't know if you're of the same
Well,
opinion.
I'm probably not across it because I'm not in the same position as you. You have to what you deal with in your line of work, but yeah, it's. Let's just hope it's not as bad as what they're predicting.
Am I going to say to you that I must hurt in the back where you're sitting on that fence?
Me?
No.
No. Look, I think.
Make a decision, damn it.
I think there's legitimacy.
You need to take a side.
No, there's legitimacy in it. There's legitimacy in having it, but the issue is humans abuse things like that.
It's been wholesalely abused. Look,
Yeah,
once
right?
we
That's the
stopped,
problem.
once we stop the PCRs and once you make people self-report,
It was all done. It was all cooked.
come on. If you can
Not
make
happening.
sure that you're infected every other week, there's a week off and
Paid.
$750 in your pocket.
Yeah. Well,
No questions asked.
that's the thing, right? That's what I'm saying. It's been abused. So, and it's
Anyway,
unfortunate because then the legitimate people that need it are going to miss out.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
So,
but anyway,
hence the various amount of things that are happening in the world at the moment. I think
Mhm.
something has been kind of maybe fell under the carpet. So episode 40,
episode 40 is what?
Two Dads Podcast, the midlife crisis episode,
Yes.
is Assange, hero or heretic?
Assange, Mr. Giuliano.
Mr. Julian Assange, probably one of the most infamous Australians.
He's looking
The world
old. He's looking
known.
white. He's looking very
Oh,
pale.
he's been
That dude hasn't
been
had.
railroaded.
I mean, when you think about his life, it's a lot of indoors time.
Well, he is the Uber white, the Uber Blanco.
Tell ya. He's
Even more
obviously,
Uber
where is he
man
these
than you.
days? Where is he these days?
In prison in England, about to be extradited to the US
Because they got him, right?
after all these years. Yeah,
Mm.
they finally managed. So let's just rewind back. We're assuming
Mhm.
everyone knows of him,
Yep. Fair assumption.
and we're going for an ethical angle on this whole fiasco. Now, Julian Assange is very polarized for most people.
Mhm.
I think.
Mhm.
I think for most people that know something about what's happened, either think, as I said, as a topic, hero or heretic.
Mhm. Mm.
As we have had other episodes in the past where we've talked about there's a price that comes with free speech.
Yes.
You have a responsibility.
Yeah.
So I'm going to choose a side as we will flesh out the ethical arguments. I will choose the heretic side.
Mhm.
I think he's hiding behind for journalistic integrity, which he's not a journalist. If WikiLeaks is not an entity for journalistic attributes.
True.
They are not bound by any kind of code of ethics as what is a major news network or
Well,
newspaper or...
Absolutely, because they've got legal boundaries, and that's right. Yeah.
So the claims that if Julian Assange ends up in front of a court for treason in the US, that it's the rights for journalists around the world that have been eroded. It's the rights for them to report the truth has been eroded. I think is untrue, because a lot of what was published for WikiLeaks was never went through a process of, should we?
Yeah, wasn't scrutinized.
Is this helpful for the world?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot have exposed for truth at all costs, because it's this type of situation that feeds the algorithms that people get stuck in, that that circle logic.
Yeah, and it does more
You
damage.
just don't
than
trust
good.
any authority. You don't.
Yeah.
It denigrates the fabric of society. I know that's a big call, but
It doesn't. I think I agree with you on that point. What it does is it doesn't so much denigrate, but what it does is it questions the reason for the process existing in the first place and why it's been put into place.
Yeah.
Right. It's put there to scrutinize and ensure that there is a level of freedom of speech, and not that it's then collared or tried to be I don't know what's the word I'm trying to think of here. I can't think of the word. It's controlled, but it's just
you're not trying to bring certain people.
No, it's more the purpose of it is so that
public forum.
Exactly, the right information is let out. That's what it is.
Yeah. Do you think it's right? Do you think it's ethical to publish thousands and thousands of emails that were previously classified without any kind of process of should we publish this? Is there people that will be exposed unnecessarily? I mean, you're kind of fueling the flames for the terrorists as well.
Yes.
As well as just as ordinary people that
it can't be
shocked by the truth.
Yeah, well, you can't also have blind heroics either.
That's right.
You can't stand behind I'm trying to, like you said, and I can understand where you went the heretic side. I think I haven't given it much thought, but I'm giving it thought now. What I'm disappointed in is he could have gone about this a lot differently and got the result that he really was after.
That's right.
That's what he could have done here. Is he a hero for getting it out there? From that perspective, yes. But the way he went about it, it's gone and turned him into a heretic almost.
Yeah, and you can't hide as a journalist when you
No, you can't. But and a journalist wouldn't. I'm no journalist, but looking at every other journalist or people that are well known, they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't have gone about it.
There's a code of ethics for journalism.
There's a code of ethics, but there's also a process in order for then the story that comes out, it comes out, and it doesn't go through this point where you got to run to some embassy and hide for the next however many decades.
That's right.
Right. So
you can't have a machine gun approach.
No, or a shotgun approach either.
To the truth, it's got to be a scalpel, a laser.
Exactly, and that's what I'm disappointed about. I really want to get he is a hero of sorts, but he just went around it the wrong way, and I think this is the ethical dilemma here, right? That it's important to get the truth out with these sort of things in the world, but it's also important for it to come out the right way, so that way it actually it promotes for the public to get on the side of the truth, as opposed to getting on the side of, should we believe or shouldn't we not believe, or there's stuff that's being hidden and things like that. There's a proper way of doing things.
So if it was a newspaper or 60 Minutes or, they would have had the whole story outlining all the pros and cons and the whole situation. Then they would have said, well, here's the evidence. This is evidence for classified information, and this supports.
That's right.
The integral story. You can't just publish. Yeah, it's like
you just grab the information and
if
chuck
someone
it on the web.
put every email that you ever wrote on a website just for people to go through, anyone to go through just randomly and choose anything that they want to choose out of. I mean, are you formulating a proper opinion?
Correct.
Of the person.
You're cherry
that
picking.
Example.
You're cherry picking, right?
So I'm not saying that the US I'm not a supporter of the US in any way, but
No.
I mean, the US and a lot of the governments around the world
Mhm.
have done the wrong thing in many instances,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but it needs to go through a proper process, not just throwing it all out there, because
Mhm.
the endless amount of conspiracy theorists,
And this is what,
it
yeah,
just feeds them
exactly.
because,
It
yeah,
does more damage than good. The intent was for good. I get the intent.
Shinzo Abe,
Yeah, that's right.
what happened to him? This
Yeah.
guy, the guy that made a homemade shotgun, was
Jeez.
angry because supposedly the family for Abe supported some sort of a religious group that that the murderer's mum,
Mhm.
she lost all her money to this for religious group.
Mhm.
Now, it's just an example. I'm not saying it's got anything connected for WikiLeaks, but certain people in society can have an obsession that runs to a point
Well, yeah, it just sends a man.
where they will end people's
Yeah,
lives.
it sends a man. They don't see. They
Yeah,
don't see
only
logic.
because
They don't see
of
clearly.
this circular logic that they find themselves in, and they
Mm.
cannot move out of it. The algorithms are just all there, and they become obsessed, and it ends with instead of there being a process in place, they believe all this information that they have,
Mm-hmm. And then
and
you have a
there's many
situation.
instances of that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I agree with you. I keep coming back to the ethical point that Julian was clearly the intent was for good, but in order to do that, like you said, that you have to do it in a smart way where it gets the desired result.
I think the truth at all
He was
costs
young at the
is
time. Yeah.
too expensive.
Yeah. Look, no, you're right. It is important to get the truth, but you got to be careful that you have the truth and not just some information without the full picture. And that's why you have due diligence and process in place to ensure that what you, particularly media outlets and the reputable ones, what they're putting out there, they've got
Yeah.
something to back them up. If they ever get pursued or questioned or for whatever reason, they've got something there that backs up and supports their story.
Yeah, it requires investigation
Mm-hmm.
in order
Yep.
to reveal
I don't even, how
that
did he get
to the
his hands
public.
on that? How did he even get his hands on this
It's
stuff?
all from hackers
Yeah. Geez, but if
that
you hack in the
hacked
US,
all the databases and
this is before the
got
cyber.
into
But this is
government
going back a
institution,
long time ago, right?
FBI,
When was
CIA.
this? 90s? Was this back in the 90s?
No,
Have
it
to
was
be.
early
Or more.
2000s, early
2000s.
2000s. Yeah, but he's been hunted down, then um,
How long did he
I would
spend
agree
there?
that his rights have been really really eroded in order to make him an example,
Well, we haven't seen
because
it.
they obviously don't. I mean, Snowden was the same.
Mm. Mm.
It just, it's an
Yeah.
avalanche, but it is. So for WikiLeaks was really a catalyst
Yeah, it's certainly
to,
the one in most recent history, in recent times.
yeah,
And it's the one that
to a lot of
used,
left-wing activity.
well, at that point in time, the internet was very new, and it was a
Mm.
very quick way of getting information out and about.
Yep.
That's for sure. And I think that's what really brought that particular his story to a head, because of that's how I got so much exposure, because it was just
Yeah.
able to reach so many people in such a period of time. And yeah,
And unfortunately, they've stuck to the angle of freedom of speech is what's at threat. But I don't think that's what's at threat at all. That's what's at threat at all.
Mm.
I think it's the fact that you've you cannot have a situation for truth at all costs. It just doesn't work. It requires a whole mechanism in the background in order to make sure, in order for you to have responsibility, because you can't just expose everything and go, well, that's the truth. I'll just
put it out there.
I just put it out there. Yeah, because there's always a consequence.
But the action
we
of
cannot
doing
live without the consequence.
No, the action of, and that's the problem. Yeah, well, that's a whole other podcast. There seems to be some that want to do whatever they want.
Is it right to try to live without consequence?
Well, it's like saying I want to live without being offended. Get over yourself. It ain't gonna happen. All right.
The same thing, you know. The truth doesn't care about you being offended. So
yeah, that's right. It's
why are the utensils always stuck together, Philip?
Because they love to spoon.
Yes, they were spooning. Handballing one.
There we go. I love
it.
It.
An easy handball.
It was a
really a dad joke.
Non-animal one too. I've got it.
It is another one. It's a non-animal one, but you better get it.
Let's go to
Okay. What kind of shoes do lazy for bakers wear? What kind of shoes do lazy... He's laughing, he gets it. What kind of shoes do lazy bakers wear?
Loafers.
Yes.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Thank you. You know how proud I feel when I get them?
I know you. It just makes you Friday when you know you can get the jokes.
Yes, I'm getting Sid's jokes. I'm getting it.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I'm sure the whole circus is going to happen.
Oh, and that's the thing. I was just going to say before you broke out, it's going to be interesting when he hits the US, and then it's just going to be... You thought Heard and Depp was big. Oh, my God. This is going to be... A movie will come of this. If it has... I know there's already been a movie.
There is already a movie of him.
Another one's going to come out.
Which is good. Yeah.
It is good. I have
to have another one, because it cannot be freedom of speech that's on trial or, you know, as a threat.
It's not.
Because it's long. That horse
exists.
is already on the other side of the field. It's gone through the gate. This
is the problem. Freedom of speech does exist today, and people have it, and media outlets do it on a daily basis. The difference is they do it within the confines of the process that's required in order for them to get the truth out without something like this happening.
Yeah.
Simple as that. All right. Now, if you think...
Ethically, you cannot have freedom of speech without responsibility for said speech, or, you know...
And that is exactly the ethical letter that we've written to Mr. Assange.
The love letter of common sense.
That's what it is. And I think if he had his time again, I wonder if he would go about it differently. Because if he did go about it differently...
We're not saying we don't support
we get
what he's going through. We're not saying we don't support the fact that his life has been...
He was young at the time.
He's been hunted like a dog.
Yeah, he was young at the time, what he did.
Yeah, I think maybe with hindsight, he would think, well, if I had those opportunities again, would I do it in such a way?
Well, good question. If we ever get to ask, maybe it'll come
Would you align yourself with a proper outfit for journalism and structure all this exposés of the truth? Because the problem is that the truth that he exposed was obtained through a crime.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's exactly very layered, the situation. You cannot just have the opinion like he's a hero and he's had to be persecuted for his action, that he was helping humanity, you know, exposing the truth for corruption. And
I know.
Yes.
Look what happened to Robin Hood. I'm just saying, it's the same thing.
Are you talking about the one for Men in Tights or
No, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, Robin Hood?
But that's the point. I agree with you on that. And it pains me because I kind of half see him as a hero, but he stuffed it up. Let me be honest. He stuffed it up the way he went about it. Because one, how he got the information, and two, how he just went and put it out there. Had he ever aligned himself with the media outlet, they would have been able to guide him.
Respected media outlet.
Yeah, respected. They would have been able to
Not
guide
Facebook.
him, or either guide him or help him understand the potential ramifications of his life, given their experience, is if he was just to put it out there, you know.
His wife and kids and his family, his father,
everyone's gone through this. Everybody's gone through this.
Yeah, have gone through hell. I'm sure. I don't know if he thinks it was really worth it in the end, but it is just a perfect illustration how, with what we've spoken about in the past, lots of people that have an agenda hide behind free speech. I mean, it's the same with the issues for the cocoa.
Yeah, that's right.
And the
it's
opinions
all care.
for
it's all care.
For the jabbing.
It's all care and no responsibility, and it doesn't work that way.
You can't sow the seeds of
it doesn't work
of all the confusion about law and order, and then just walk away from it. Go, oh well, I told you the truth. You know,
I've done the right
I
thing.
can't.
Yeah.
You've got a responsibility.
And
the larger the truth, the larger the expose, the larger responsibilities. It should be, more well thought out. Yeah,
that's right. Well,
and I think that is a love letter of common sense.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that when he does get extradited to the US, and I'm sure it'll be all over the papers. So I doubt it'll be the last time we talk about that.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, in the last 2 minutes of episode 40, what do we want to close out with? What have we got? What do you have to share? You got something?
What do I have to share?
Yeah.
I've always got something.
What do you got? Let's get it quickly.
So, no.
Whoa. You got to hurry it up. Whoa.
We went for the kebabs, and I did find another one. It's what's up? You remember that video? What's up?
Is that the guy that walks into the meeting rooms?
Yeah. What's up?
That's great. What's up? That's good.
What's up?
Look at that.
Falafels.
What's up, falafels?
Not just falafels.
You do see things, don't you?
Yep.
It's great. Well,
that's a good one. That's a bonus one.
I like it.
So it's time to wrap things up.
It is time to wrap things up.
Please.
Should I remind them?
Add all our socials. Rewind.
Let me remind them. And if you can, don't forget, we've still got passes to the Third Wave Cafe, so you can hit us up on our email, which is the Two Dads Podcast.
Socials. Yep.
It's twoodads.pc@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel and Spotify channel is Two Dads Podcast. And you'll find us there. And we have the vouchers.
We have vouchers.
So let us know. We'll be more than happy to send them out. You can make your way down if you're in the Melbourne metropolitan area, or if you're coming down for holidays. Third Wave Cafe. Have a crack at Thor's hammer. Yeah, have a crack at Thor's hammer.
Have a crack at Thor's hammer or the wheelbarrow.
There you go. Well, thank you again.
Wheelbarrow. And I'll be sure to throw in I've got 99 Problems and the Coffee Note one.
But until then,
adios, muchachos.
Adios.
And feliz fin de semana.